How you doing, Don?
Oh, fair. Hills get a little steeper every year.
Okay, hi, I'm Barbara Rode, a member of the Ascutney Trails Association for many years and been involved in these picnics for, I don't know, 20, 25 years. I'm standing here at the sign-in desk, and as the hikers come up, we have them come over and sign in. We like their name, their address, and sometimes they become members or they maybe like to have a newsletter sent to them. And we also have the age, which most people will put in. Sometimes they'll say they don't want to, but the reason we ask for the ages is that we give every year a hiking cup to the youngest hiker and also to the oldest hiker who hikes up one of the 3 trails to have the picnic. And we also sell other things like our guidebook, memberships, patches, hats, and sometimes t-shirts, but not this year. We've run out of t-shirts. This is really a tradition. Many people will come year after year, although it is a busy weekend, and they'll flip back through this log, and I actually have several of these log books at home, and see, oh, I came up here 20 years ago, or I came up here 15 years ago, and some people are now bringing their children that came themselves as a child. And once they get up here, we hope they're very hungry because we have sandwiches and cookies and drink for them. Now normally, each year the directors are responsible for making a certain amount of the cookies and the sandwiches, and we bring them up for the picnic. This year we want to thank the Windsor Elks Club, who do many things for the town of Windsor and the surrounding community. This year they decided that they'd like to provide the refreshments for this annual hike because many of their members as kids remember coming up here on the annual hike. So we really appreciate that and thank them very much.
I'm Harry Temple with the Ascutney Trails Association, and I've taken over Phil Woodbury's job here with hot water, and coffee, and hot chocolate. Some days when it's cool, we really use a lot of it. And this is all the equipment that Phil had when he was doing the job.
You put it in the mill building next to the
Kids drink a lot of hot chocolate.
Oh, it's in the dry.
Grown-ups have the coffee.
So I went up and went up.
Looks like it might rain today. I hope not. We have a tent. It's down in my car. Hope we don't need it.
Hi, I'm Jordan Hom, and I'm just here to help with the picnic and pretty much eat everything and hang out with my friends and stuff.
My name is Don Whitney. I've been involved with the Ascutney Trails Association for a good many years. I think maybe the first year that I worked on the picnic here would be in the early 70s, and maybe 75, but I've worked on these picnics every year ever since. And my big job is to I don't bring the water up, somebody else carries it, but I run the watering hole over here where people can get a drink of lemon flavored drinking water. And when it's hot, we use up an awful lot of water. On cool days, not so much. And on cooler days, people drink a lot more coffee and cocoa than they do water. And I've always had a great time working on these picnics, and I meet a lot of people, a lot of friends that I've known over the years, and brings back old memories. It's interesting to see how many people do hike, and to find and to award the oldest hiker with a cup and the youngest hiker. And over the years, I think the very oldest hiker was 87, and the youngest has been 3 years old, so that's quite a difference.
Hi there, my name's Rob Knight, and today's our annual picnic hike for the ATA, and we just finished bringing up our 20 gallons of water and 200 sandwiches and bags of chips and cookies, and it's almost snack time. Stay. Stay. Okay. Good boy.
I could. Up from the bottom. Or from halfway. From halfway. From the bottom, it's really hard.
Well, my name's Steve Chadwick, and didn't realize there was a picnic up here today, but for a while I've wanted to mountain bike down from my house up in Proctorsville, just top of Proctorsville Gulf, and hike Ascutney and then mountain bike home. I figured it would be a decent ride and hike combination. Doing a little training to participate in some adventure racing this summer, and this mixes it up a little bit for me, and figured I'd see how I did and how I felt. Got up this morning, rain had cleared off pretty good, and it looked to be a nice day, and so I ate a cheeseburger for breakfast and some potato puffs and got on my bike and started pedaling. Threw my bike against a tree down by the Weathersfield Trail and came up by Cascade Falls, and geez, about 1.5 miles into it I ran into a couple of young kids that were hiking up as well. They told me that their father, or Sky's father, actually was up here and setting up a picnic for the ATA, the Ascutney Trail Association. Figured I'd stop over and say hi to everybody and see what it was all about, and you know, relax a little bit, and then I'll be hiking off and biking home.
Hi, I'm Richard Knight. I've been climbing around Mount Ascutney for over 50 years. Just came up for a little picnic and enjoy the hike. Kind of cheated this time and drove to the parking lot and came up the easy way. This mountain, we're talking about how it really is a huge water reservoir and how it just pumps water out, and that I can only remember being up here one year that it was actually dry in the Cascades Falls Trail. Didn't even have any water coming down it, which is very unusual.
I'm Sky, and I came up the Weathersfield Trail with my friend Megan, who is not here right now, but is up at the site. We got lost once because there were blown over trees in the middle of the trail and we couldn't find it. How long have you been hiking? I've been hiking since I was 2 and I'm 10 now, which means I've been hiking for 8 years. I go to this thing every year with my dad, who always makes sandwiches.
My name's Vanessa Wilson, and we came up the Windsor Trail today. I came up with my 2 sons. My 15-year-old is standing right behind me, and my 17-year-old just ran away. My husband is way back with our 7-year-old, who tends to dawdle a little bit. So I've been coming up on this hike for 17 years. I admit I missed a few, but the first time I came up, my oldest was on my back. So now I'm struggling to keep up with him.
I'm gonna come down too.
name is Raymond Sorrell. I live in Walpole, and I used to be in Windsor. Moved to Walpole about 10 years ago, but I always try to make the hike up here because it's a great hike. And during the summer, I like to try to make at least once or 2 trips a week up the mountain. And it's great exercise. It's a great mountain. I've done Monadnock, but this is the mountain to be on.
Isn't that the one that the thing broke?
Good. I saw someone 2 towers.
Hi, I'm Janet Ganson, and we've been coming up on the trail pretty often, probably about 6 times a year. Our dogs particularly like it. They do. But today it was really beautiful because we came up the Brownsville Trail, and there's a section I always call the garden, which is once you get up past the Brownsville lookout on the North Peak, you go up through the garden, and it has. We had trilliums, both the burgundy trilliums and then the white ones with the pink centers. The oxalis were out, and it's just spectacular. It's just sort of the perfect time for all of the wildflowers. And we had been up a month ago, and the trails had a lot of blowdown from this winter, and the trail crew did a fabulous job of really cleaning it up. They said there were 50 trees they took out of the trails this year, but it's in great shape now, and I hope everyone else comes up.
Well, very rarely.
Rafter made it.
I'll take a nap there, and he did.
Yeah.
Would you sit up, Denise?
You got a compliment on your score.
Hi, my name is Emily, and my hike was pretty good. It was kind of hard in some spots, but it was mostly pretty easy. It was pretty good, so...
Vermont, do you?
No, I don't live in Vermont. North Andover. Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Dan Cummings. I'm from North Andover, Massachusetts. I came up here with my father, my daughter, and some of my father's friends. And we had a nice day coming up. We hiked up from the parking lot on the slab trail. A little bit afraid it was going to rain, but it seems like it's holding off, and it's really nice weather. I've been coming up here on and off since high school. And so since my daughter was born, we've been making it kind of a family tradition to come up here. I take her up here and hike up with my dad, or at least meet him up here. Give my wife the weekend off. So after we can hike the whole mountain all the way up. That would be kind of nice to do. And so it's fun. They usually have a lot of good food here, a lot of choices of sandwiches and snacks and water and lemonade and coffee. So it's been a lot of fun, and most of the time the weather's pretty warm, so we've lucked out. Had a couple of times when it's been cold, but mostly it's been pretty nice. I think that,
John Beasley. I live in Lyme, New Hampshire. I've been up here several times in the past. I've always seen a lot of much older people than me here, and this came as quite a surprise today, I must say. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it up, but as much as I can, I will.
Asa, how did you come up Mount Ascutney the very first time?
barefoot.
And how did you come up the second time? Did you come up in snowshoes? And how did you come up today?
Sandals.
Can you tell them that you had fun?
I had fun.
Yeah.
4.
Say I'm 4 years old.
Say, I'm 4 years old.
I am 4 years old.
Okay, well, how do we know about Mount Ascutney Day? My name's Rich Vander White.
And I'm Jean Edmonds.
And we know about Mount Ascutney Day because 6 years ago we didn't know each other then, but we both saw a poster advertising Mount Ascutney Day and decided it would be good to hike and to have a picnic.
So I was with a friend and walking up the Windsor Trail, and Rich actually came up behind us and kind of caught us up.
I'm no fool, you know.
And at the
Okay, let's get the dog untangled here. Hey Jake, good boy, you sitting down. Now, how do we know about Mount Ascutney Day? Well, 6 years ago, before we met each other, we both saw a poster for Mount Ascutney Day and the picnic, and we both decided, heck, there's free food, why don't we try it? So,
well, we decided separately because we didn't know each other
we did.
at that point. And I was hiking with a friend, and Rich, actually we saw each other in the parking lot at the very beginning, and then my friend and I started up the trail, and Rich caught us up about right at Jerry Falls.
Yes, I was instantly smitten. I saw her getting out of the car, and I just knew. I felt like this jolt of electricity went through my body. So.
And we spent the rest of the day hiking together, the three of us, and we ate out on Bronzeville Rock. And then we've done this every year ever since.
We sure have.
And we just got married today at Jerry Falls.
We did.
The 6th anniversary of our hike.
It's our anniversary, and we got married at the falls where we met. So life is good.
Where we grew up, did this annually for the Hikers Association. Beautiful place to grow up. Wanted my kids to see it, so I brought them back. Second generation.